Hi, I'm Susie with firehouse1, and with me today are some heroes from Montgomery County, Maryland. Can you tell me who we have with us today?
Firefighter Lamont, Bethesda Rescue Squad.
Firefighter Sealy, Bethesda Naval Fire Department.
Lieutenant Warfield, Bethesda Rescue Squad.
Chief Ned Sherburne, Bethesda Chevy Chase Rescue Squad.
Now, when you got the call for a house fire back in 2007, was it? 2008, okay. You understood on the way en route they told you there was possible entrapment, is that correct? Or?
We got dispatched for a hot tub on fire, reported to the exterior of the house. About a mile out, engine 711 got on the scene, reported they had working fire and a report of one child still inside. As we were pulling up, they confirmed that they had 3 kids still inside. Me and my partner John, we hopped the fence, met up with the father in the front yard. There was a hose line in the front yard. The father told us where the kids were. We immediately entered the building. The engine crew was at the bottom of the stairs. My partner found the stairs. I was in the living room adjacent to the stairs when it flashed. John said he found the stairs, started going up, and that's when the fire was chasing us up. We got stuck. It was a spiral staircase. Kind of got stuck halfway up because it felt like we were at a dead-end landing. I started taking out part of a window at the middle of the staircase, made our way up further. John went further down the hallway. I went to the bedroom. That's when I heard him gasping and a little cry. Called John back in. Made the decision to close the door, keep as much heat and smoke out as possible. We went to get the kids out. There was crib nets, and ended up taking my glove off, getting a leather one out of my pocket, cutting the crib net. He took Braden on Bryson's. I got Aiden. I made a radio transmission to throw ladders to the second floor windows if we couldn't get out the inside. At that point, I heard John's crew coming up on engine 750 up the stairs to protect the second floor and knock the fire down there. That's when I made the decision to exit through the stairwell. As I opened the door, I saw them. I told him, still one more kid. We went down the stairs. I started mouth to mouth on my patient, and we handed our patients off to the medics. And about a minute later, Jody and Captain Oglesby brought the second patient, the third child out.
So they were in arrest, or your patient was in arrest when?
Respiratory rest.
Respiratory rest, okay. Now they were on a second floor, but they were all in the same bedroom, they were all in the same? So was your patient the one, you had the second patient, correct?
Actually, you had the second.
Yeah, the second one.
Now you said you heard a cry. Were they all in the same basic condition when they came out?
I heard, the reason I heard like a gurgling, clicking sound.
Right.
And like a faint moan.
Right.
And then that was it. And that's when we reached the cribs. And it was pretty cool. Their names are Aiden, Bryce, and Colson, and they were set up A, B, C.
Right.
And that's how we got the first 2 cribs, and the other crib was around the corner.
And there was netting there that you had to deal with?
Yeah, it's a crib net. It goes all the way around the crib.
Oh, I guess.
Getting out.
Oh, okay. Or so they can't fall or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Had you ever encountered anything like that before?
Nope, not at all. I tried ripping, I tried tearing, didn't work.
So I bet you're glad you had that particular tool with you that day.
Oh, now I carry 3, so.
So it worked out pretty well. Chief, how did you get involved in this incident?
Well, I sort of received every chief's worst nightmare call that 2 people had been transported to the hospital. That a rescue had occurred, serious fire. Fortunately, actually, at the time when I got the call, I was actually fairly close to the hospital that they had been transported to. So I actually got there pretty much right about the same time they were coming in. Found out that, and they were transported to the burn center. So you just get this message that 2 of your folks have been transported to the burn center. Got there though, found out that they had relatively minor injuries. No injury is good, but certainly it was a lot better than what I was expecting when I first got the call. But honestly, Curtis's first thing to me was, I'm okay, go across the street, because in this location the MedStar burn unit is directly across the street from Children's Hospital National Medical Center, which is where the kids went. So he said, I'm okay, go across the street. I want to know how the kids are doing. So I went there and found that the 3 kids were all still surviving, but were, in critical condition, which obviously now we know they turned out fine, but at the time they were all, on respirators and, definitely in critical condition. And at that point, we didn't know for sure if they were going to live or not. But, now we know everything turned out very well.
Now, Jody, did you encounter, what can you tell me about the rescue when you went up to get the third toddler?
Yeah, our engine 750 arrived, second engine. We were going to pull a cross layoff our fire truck, but we got the second one off of engine 711, the first two. So myself, acting Captain Felton, and firefighter Lang off my crew, we went up there. I had the irons that day, the hook and the Halligan bar and the axe, and we brought the line up to the second floor because we knew that there was still heavy smoke and fire conditions on the second floor. So we went up the staircase, and I met Curtis and Cliff when I got to the top, and they told me that there was a third child up there. So I went in the room while my crew went straight down the hallway with the hose line to vet all the smoke coming out so I could do my search and try to find the third child. So I started sweeping underneath the bed with my hook and Halligan and axe, and finally got up and noticed that there were cribs. I didn't know that at first, but then I got up and started looking around some more and knocked some windows out and vented some more smoke, and then I saw that there was a crib, and I saw that there was the third child laying in the crib unconscious. And about that time, Captain Oglesby came back up the stairs, and I told him that there was a child in his crib, and we had the net over the crib also, and I first got out my Leatherman and started to try to cut through the netting, and it wasn't working that well. So then I noticed that there was a zipper on this net, so I took my gloves off and just unzipped the net and got the baby out. And I kept his airway open and told Captain Oglesby just clear a path down the steps so we could get this child out and to some medical care as soon as possible.
Now, were the toddlers flown to MedStar?
This is close enough. We drove them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is driving distance. It's about 15 minutes by land, so they were all driven, and it was quite an EMS scene as well, because in addition to those 3 injuries, critical injuries, also the homeowner, the children's father, had cut himself on broken glass attempting to re-enter the house and make a rescue, and he was a smoke inhalation casualty as well. Not as serious as the kids, but they did, and plus Curtis and Cliffy, so they had quite an EMS scene there to deal with.
Well, can you explain your injuries and what exactly?
I think myself and Curtis both had first and second degree burns on our ears, head and neck, and that was pretty much it.
Did you? I guess
We came out and we thought we were worse than what we really were.
With the adrenaline and having the babies, I guess it really didn't occur to you right away how injured you were. Or?
Yeah, when we dished off, when we gave the 2 kids to the medics, we both kind of looked at each other and like, let's go back in and get the third. And by then the adrenaline had just stopped, and that's when you could feel your face and your ears felt like they were still burning. We were done after that.
So, Chief, there was quite a mutual aid response here with various units, naval.
Right. Yeah, Montgomery County has a very integrated system where we use a number of different departments, and we all come together under a structured incident command system, structured response protocols, SOPs, and so on. So you had significant units from Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service, from Glen Echo Fire Department, from BCC Rescue Squad, National Naval Medical Center Fire Department, Calvin John, and actually some medics came as far as from Wheaton, and DC Fire and EMS. So, because this incident was right on the line and with the district, so it's a seamless system. A lot of training and effort has gone into having all these plans and procedures in place and having unified radios so that we can all talk to each other, not only within Montgomery County, but also with the district, and a lot of that paid off. The other thing I would add too, just as sort of a note for folks, is that any burn to the ears is a significant burn and needs to be followed up. So that was one of the concerns, because they have a very high rate of complications. So even minor burns sometimes can cause problems.
What about smoke alarms? I know there was a discussion earlier that I've heard that they had them, and then there was renovation undergoing. Did they have?
Yeah.
Did you all hear something when you?
We didn't hear it, but they actually did have 2 working smoke detectors in there. After the report came out, that was stated that there was 2 working smoke detectors. So
I guess you guys kept an eye and kept.
Oh yeah, we've been in touch.
Within.
They just moved back in, 2-3 weeks ago. We stopped in, saw them. They're all doing pretty well. Very good.
Yeah, it was one of the things that really made an impression on me was at one of the award ceremonies we attended. The Triplets were there, and it was normally a thing where if you were a parent, you'd look at these kids and say, these kids are terrors, and they're really just sort of tearing up the place. But because they were the subject of the awards, and you realize that these were the kids that were unconscious and respiratory arrest, with intubated, and at one point, we were really not sure if they were going to live. It really sort of took on a completely different, positive light that they were in there just being, terrors the way kids of, 2 or 3 years old are when they get the run of a big room and their parents are otherwise occupied.
The day me and John got released from the burn center, we stopped in, and they were just getting ready to release Aiden from serious to they downgraded him, and the other 2 were still in there. But it was fast. It was like 2-3 weeks.
No, they had a lot of smoke inhalation for pretty serious for especially a young child to have. So I guess your your training and everything that you've taken through the academy and follow-ups really paid off with search and rescue.
That an experience, just time. You never, like me and John, we had a fire 2 years ago at our volunteer station where we had 3 kids fatality and the mother a fatality, and at least a different outcome this time. So
it's good. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time today. I appreciate your speaking with us, and congratulations on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.